You say, I'm tired, right? The older generation are going to tell you why you don't deserve to be tired.
Baby boomers are by far the most entitled as well as destructive generation.
Z is filled with a bunch of frail
So baby, sit down, let's over. I wanna kiss it. And baby, sit down,
Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm Sam.
And I'm Josh.
And we are
Josh and Sam.
I want to say thank you for coming back to our channel once again. Welcome if you're new.
If you are new, we're glad to have you here.
Absolutely.
And we are coming back with another video for you guys, another reaction video. This one is called What's One Thing That You Can Say That Will Trigger an Entire Generation?
Yeah, I think it's going to be real good. I think it's going to shock us a little bit.
A bunch of hard truths.
Yeah, you know. I'm here for it.
But some of them may not shake me because I may either know it or may disagree with it. So I don't know. Hopefully, we actually get some good insight on this.
Yeah. And if you have any more of your own, don't forget to drop them in the comment section.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
What's one thing that you can say that'll trigger an entire generation? I'll go first.
There are only two genders. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Hey.
No comment. No comment.
What's one thing that you can say that'll trigger an entire generation? I'll go first. So this one time at band camp,
I didn't go to band camp. Did you? Oh wait, did you go to band camp?
what's one thing that you can say that'll trigger an entire generation?
Did I go to band camp? I did go to band camp, but it wasn't a camp or it wasn't we weren't in cabins. We just had camp at school and then left and went home. And we did like 2-a-days. Because I went to a very prestigious high school where band is prominent, and we had like 600.
Yeah.
I said like 500 people in the band.
Yeah, I think this is more like the surviving Jebediah that you said. So actually, what we were talking about, he actually has a story where this old band director, like little boys.
Yeah. Yes, that is true. I had a band director that, liked. I didn't know at the time. It didn't add up to me. But he was a cool guy. I remember after every class, I would just walk up to him and say, "How's your day going?" Really cool guy.
Yeah.
I played trombone, and he would just be like, "My day is going well." And some days he'd be like, "My day isn't going so well." Mm. We would have those conversations, and sometimes I would be late to class just so I can ask him. I wasn't like brown nosing, but you know how you just see something in people, and you just like, I like that this guy is giving me an opportunity to, showcase my talent and, do what I do. So I just always wanted to check on him. And I'm a nice person. So I eventually got an award for being in the band. Like I won like the highest award like Band Boy of the Year is what they called it. And I think it was last year, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
News article dropped and he was showing his stuff to children. And
I think that's crazy that just off of that, what happened in band, like I feel like I know for sure you're not the only adult that has had an experience like that.
Yeah.
I think that's absolutely absurd. Like that's crazy how many adults or even kids still like will have a similar story.
I literally know at least 3 band directors, not personally, but I know them. One is a very prestigious person in the community that we live in. I'm not gonna say the name, but I know at least 3 guys that have either been to jail or should have been in jail because of that.
Yeah, I feel like that's a whole video in itself.
Well, we're talking about triggering topics.
Yeah.
So
that was a heavy hitter.
Heavy hitter.
Okay, 2 words. 2 words that'll set off every generation in a different way.
I love this video.
Right?
Me too.
It happened to me today, and I'm trying to save you the ambush. 2 words. Say this. Say, I'm tired. And watch different generations react differently, right? If you say, I'm tired, right? The older generation are going to tell you why you don't deserve to be tired because they did all you did and more and then some and then still had to walk 5 miles uphill both ways and bought a house. Yeah, all right. Younger generations, if they hear that you're tired, they're going to tell you why they're more tired than you, right? And then your generation, they're just going to be like, join the club, right? Get some Starbucks, jump back in the game, all right? You're not done playing. That's what they tell you. Actually, tell that to your boss. He'll schedule you more
I
shifts.
agree. That was a good one.
Pause there real quick. One of the funny
one thing
things
that you
that I
can say-
realized in my life now is like, if I do say I'm tired, my grandparents, they'll be like, you don't know tired.
Bro.
My parents, oh, you tired. Why are you tired?
Bro.
I mean, I get it a little bit, but you ain't even, you just starting. And then like, people my age, they like, bro, I feel you. But now that I have like nieces and nephews, like I've joined the folk tale of like, they be like, I'm tired. And I'm like, you don't even understand.
Boy,
I ain't gonna lie. I joined
feel
it.
you. You ain't it.
Yeah.
You ain't felt tired
I
yet.
wish I was in your position. If I could do it again,
all I think of, I do not want to be you. That's it.
Yeah.
I do not want to be like you. I'm trying to get better than that.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't tired yet. I don't want to get there.
Yeah.
I don't. That's not a prize.
Yeah.
Got something to brag on.
Thanks.
That'll trigger an entire generation.
Bachelor degrees did not become useless until Black and brown people started getting them. Back in the day, if you got a bachelor degree, that meant you can go into a company and be a supervisor or be a manager. Now it's considered entry level, which means the pay is less. So these degrees don't even pay for themselves anymore. The American dream has always been, up until recently, that if you go to school and better yourself, you could live a good life. Now, that piece of paper doesn't even guarantee employment. Tell me I'm wrong.
I agree.
That's facts.
And I said I don't know if it's about Black and brown people, but I'm saying
What's
in
one
general.
thing that you can say
Generalized,
that
it doesn't mean
generation?
much.
Evangelicals, Baptists, fundamentalists, conservative Christians, listen up. You've prayed for years, decades even, for a revival in the church. All I heard was, bring it back to Jesus. Lord, let them bring it back to Jesus. It's happening. It's ongoing. You're just on the wrong side of it. You prayed for a revival, you got it, and you don't like how it looks.
Oh, I just got that. It hit me late.
Yeah, shoot.
What's one thing that you can say that'll trigger an entire generation?
Yes, I do have more to say. Baby boomers are by far the most entitled as well as destructive generation we have currently alive. To say this generation has held us back from the potential we could have reached is a woeful understatement. These fuckers got to grow up, go to college, get an education they could actually afford, then, which would allow them to get health care they could afford and to buy a house, have children, have grandchildren. And then they worked tirelessly to destroy that so their children couldn't reap the benefits, those same benefits. And then just told us, no, you just need to work hard and climb the ladder. You destroyed the ladder. Honestly, I think a lot of them did it because they're just spiteful, mean, bad people, honestly. And don't forget lazy. Yeah, I also think boomers are the laziest generation. But to see all those benefits of that system we have and then to rip it away from your own children, shame on you.
Baby boomer, she called you out. You only got 5 minutes. You got to get a response.
Yeah.
I need some comments, please.
Yeah, y'all need to go to her TikTok real quick. It's probably still on there. Y'all need to go check her.
She calling people out.
Yeah. Y'all destroyed the ladder.
What's one thing that you can say that'll trigger an entire generation?
There wasn't any in there.
Gen Z is filled with a bunch of frail fucking pussies. Now let me explain. When I say filled, I don't mean everybody. I mean a small demographic. And by small demographic, I mean 95% of them. All right, that might be a stretch. Maybe 94%. And the last 5 to 6% are people like me who were born at the fucking starting line of Gen Z, wishing we could go back just 1 year so we wouldn't have to classify as being in Gen Z. Even with something just as small as a joke, there's always that one very opinionated person that just flips the switch and drills you with criticism for it. It's like no one could laugh anymore. I should probably say I'm not here to hurt anybody's feelings, but if I just hurt yours, you prove my point.
I agree. I'm a millennial. Period. Even though I'm born '97, I'm a millennial.
What's one thing that you can say that'll trigger an entire generation?
I'm a millennial. Period.
Most of Gen Z is a bunch of snowflake twaddle fucks that can't take a joke and really need to go outside and touch grass. If someone or somebody actually gets legitimately triggered at someone else for either making a lighthearted joke or a joke that was obviously satirical and not meant to be offensive, and they take it as a personal attack and attack the person, they're fucking losers. Oh yeah, and Goku Solo's your favorite verse.
That I can say I agree on.
What's one thing?
Not all of it, but like not being able to take jokes and stuff like that definitely applies. Like you can't get away with a lot of stuff that you used to be, or like it's hurting feelings, or it's like, you know, it's not just hurting your feelings. It's like now it hurt my feelings so much I have to go out, tell the world that it hurts my feelings.
Yeah.
Find a group of people who agree that it hurts their feelings too, and cancel this person instead of just moving on, or just like, oh, okay, I don't agree with something, and just let it go. It doesn't happen anymore.
But I think that's mainly because Gen Z, because see, we were born at a time where you couldn't always mask who you were. So you couldn't go as an alter ego person, or if you talked about somebody, you had to see them.
True.
So they have a certain level of comfort being behind the screen and being able to project. But when it's their time to get canceled, they're not ready for it.
Yeah.
So it's like
we hiding behind all of the
what's they call it? Jackal, Mr. Jackal, and Mr. Hyde. Jackal, Hyde, Mr. Jackal. You know, the two personality aspect, like you could be this one person, but online you're something else.
Yeah.
Like how Drake say, trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers.
Yeah.
You know?
I was thinking that.
So I think that's why.
You can say that'll trigger an entire generation?
Back at it again.
Baby boomers are by far the worst employees I've ever had. They are the most unproductive, unprofessional, and disruptive employees I've ever had. They are also the worst coworkers I've ever had. I was a retail manager for about 7 years, and almost exclusively the people that worked under me were young teenage girls. I would work with them over a boomer any fucking day. After my last job, I actually said, I will never do this again. It makes my life so fucking miserable working with these people. They call us entitled, but they literally can't perform the most basic functions of their job, like sending an email. They refuse to learn anything. They are not coachable. They also have some of the worst attendance track records I've ever seen. They just literally don't show up for work sometimes and think that's okay, and then have the fucking audacity to call us entitled. We work a 50-hour week to fix the shit they
She met some people that she cannot deal with no more.
But boomers are at that age where it's
that'll trigger an entire generation?
Oh, again,
are the most disrespectful. This is coming from somebody who has worked customer service for the past 5 years. They're the ones to complain about things that we cannot control, to argue over prices, of which apparently they all have them all memorized. I've never seen anybody from any other generation literally watch the screen and watch the prices and then argue with me as I'm scanning about something being like 3 or 4 cents off. They're the only ones to get hostile with us. They're one of the only ones to scream at us. A lot of Gen Xers do that too. They demand respect when they're giving extreme disrespect. To give you an example, I will greet everyone who comes in my line. I will make eye contact with them, ask them how their day. Baby boomers are the only ones to blatantly ignore me and not treat me as a human being. Senior day is one of the worst days to work. And then they say my
senior day.
Get there for me. So they are coming for y'all Gen Z and baby boomers heavily. But baby boomers are starting to reach the age of retirement.
So so baby boomers is what year?
I think they're in their start 60s, and
50s and 70s.
60s and up.
Okay.
So about 60s to maybe it's 65 to 79. We can look it up. We'll find it.
We'll look that up.
We'll put it right here for you. So this is the age.
Yeah.
This is the age right here.
Well, like you say, some people, when they hit a certain age, they're stuck. They're stuck in their ways. There's no changing them. They're stubborn. So I feel like that generation is headstrong. I want to say used to be hardworking, but very headstrong people.
Yeah, and we'll be that way when we get older. Come on, bro.
I agree.
You on borrowed time, so I get it.
Not borrowed time.
What's one thing that you can say that'll trigger an entire generation?
No matter how bad things get, there'll never be another civil war. There'll never be a revolution. There'll never be a significant uprising because people who are too worried about selfies and are willing to pay $4.50 for a cup of coffee do not have what it takes to revolt.
Okay.
That was mid.
What's one thing that you can say that'll trigger an entire generation? I'll go first.
Well, to put it in the simplest terms, I already made this video once before and it was kind of popping off. But then, but at first it was taken down for hate speech. So knowing me, I'm gonna give it a second try. And to not trigger anyone, I'll use code words. Any type of clothing comes in 2 types of sizes, male and female. Rap music is trash. It inspires people, mainly kids and the youth, to disrespect women and normalize crime. If a person that has a degree is making $18 an hour for his degree, why would a person that has no degree make the same amount? And lastly, for the scientists out there, life begins at conception. So if you abort the child, guess what? It's murder.
Some triggering topics.
What's one thing that you can say that'll trigger an entire generation? I'll go first.
This is for the boomers. It's going to be in 3 parts, but the first part I need to get out there is fuck you and your business. I don't give a shit. I'm here for a paycheck. Second off, you guys are out of touch and you don't understand the world you live in. You are fucking clueless. No, Karen, you cannot just pick up a broom and start sweeping until they give you a job. That's not how it fucking works. Also, Karen, you know damn well what a lawn service costs. No, the world's not falling apart just because you can't find teenagers to exploit over the summer. And finally, you guys are both entitled and insufferable. You climbed the ladder and you kicked it down. You destroyed the unions. You destroyed the housing market, the job market. There's literally almost nothing left. In fact, you guys fucked the planet up too. I'm not saying it's all your fault, but when you found out you fucked the planet up, maybe you should have taken some actions to fix it. So yeah, fuck you and what you believe in.
Baby boomers getting hit.
What's one thing that you can say that'll trigger an entire generation?
Well, since my last video got taken down because it triggered somebody, let's try this again. Male or female, there are only 2 genders.
They love saying that.
Yeah, scientifically,
Not my conversation. Well, if you made it this far to the video, you must really enjoy us. And you should subscribe.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, it was a couple of hard-hitting topics in this video. So I would love to see your comments on what you guys have to say.
Yeah, because this was very triggering. And I know a lot of y'all are very controversial. And some of y'all believe in this stuff and some of y'all don't. So it'll be interesting to find out.
Very different points of views.
Yeah. So, and drop your country down in the comments too. We want to know.
And what generation you are.
Yeah.
Do we have some baby boomers in here?
I know.
Do they have a response?
Y'all better rip. Y'all better rip for y'all generation, baby boomers. Y'all better rip.
All right. Thank you for staying with us this long. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Or comment, subscribe, and like.
Either way, either or.
So baby, sit down, let's over.